The November 15th, 2023 regular meeting of the Royal Oak Downtown Development Authority. At this time, we will have public comment. If you're here to speak on a non-agenda item, now would be the time. If it has something to do with an item on the agenda, you'll have an opportunity to as we go through. Anybody here? Mr. Harrison.
Did you want to speak?
Speak for you? I'm the agenda.
I just wanted to go ladies first and behave myself at my age. Good evening, Phil Harrison, 2729 Trafford, Royal Oak, downtown property owner. I spoke at the City Commission Monday night, and it ran 3 minutes, so I don't want to go through the whole thing. But the bottom line is dealing with the YMCA Community Center that's proposed at the 6th and Main parking lot. It would be devastating to put a building on that lot. The customers rely on that surface lot. There, as you know, there are a lot of people that will not park in a parking structure. Not to mention the fact that the senior housing across the way has 25 spaces in that lot, and they're expecting 5 more. You know, the idea that old folks don't drive is a misnomer. But anyway, and the fact that the 6th and Main parking structure is critical to the downtown is substantiated by the Rich and Associates study that demonstrated that there was a lack of parking and that we needed to buy that Doug Frizard bump shop and turn it into a surface lot way back when. And that was at the time when they were looking at tearing down the Center Street parking structure. And right now, you know, we have 2 huge parking structures, and I don't see any reason why we can't tear down the old Center Street structure. I understand it's in disrepair, although the DDA, we ponied up money to have it fixed way back when, and they said we had another 28 years to go on it. But I'd like to see the, and I talked to Gail afterward about including that Center Street parking structure space as an alternative for the YMCA. And today I came down and I got the plot plan for that area, and for Mr. Brake's benefit, I want to compliment the staff. They were very, very helpful, and given the problem with computers and everything, it spent a good deal of time getting the information for me. But in the time that I had left, it appears that the size of that footprint is pretty close to the size of the footprint of the 6th and Main lot, not including the triangle area. I didn't get a chance to, and then we also have the old Chinese restaurant building that is sitting there doing nothing, and that may be able to be purchased. Yeah. So I would encourage you to not discount that, because it would be, and Lori can probably amplify, that it would be devastating to lose that surface parking. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Harrison. Ms. Hobart.
Good afternoon. My name is Frank Hobrecht, and I'm here on behalf of 408 South Washington. Unfortunately, we're not an agenda item, but I've been here numerous times. We have a dirt alley behind our building. We're going to go through another winter with supplies. Every day, Lily's gets a supply from vendors, and they have to go through this mud. They bring it into the restaurant, and I'm going to say at least once a week, somebody with their hand cart will drop their product. I don't know why we can't pave this alley. I don't know. I know it was surveyed, which is great, but it's a money thing. There just can't be another reason that it can't be done. It's just pavement. Now, this year is gone, but please, I mean, just get it on the agenda and let's get this thing paved. We could bring the pavement up so it meets all the doors. The service door for Lily's is about 18 inches above grade. The two service doors that we have, their egress is about 6-8 inches above grade, doesn't meet ADA. And our rear egress for our retail stores and Cafe Muse is also about 6 inches above grade, doesn't meet ADA. So these are all issues that could be improved by paving the alley. And lastly, I was here 2 months ago. We have a lot of street lights that are out on South Washington. We need to get these lights on. You cannot see pedestrians, especially at 5th and Washington. You can't see them. It's so dark. The buildings are closed, they're vacant. You just can't see people. So we need those street lights ASAP. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else for public comment? Seeing none, I will close public comment. Back to the regular agenda, approval of the meeting minutes from October 18th, 2023.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Director Brake, second by Director Leclerc. Any discussion, changes? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion passes. Item number 4 is expense items. Monthly expenses. If there's any questions, we'll see if Daniel can help us out with that. If not, we can put it over for another time when Mr. Tween is back. If there's no questions, we will move on. Okay, item number 5. WROK Chamber of Commerce Summer Concert Series Sponsorship Agreement. Shelley, I don't know if you want to do something. You're welcome.
Yeah, whatever, they can answer questions or...
We know you've been before the committee, so.
Yep. Hi everybody. So we had a amazingly successful summer concert series in the park this year. And we are hoping to not only continue that, but to expand it. Hoping to bring in some sort of, I don't know, screens, something on the stage itself, seeing as how we already build the top half of the stage anyway, where you'd be able to hang things off of it. So we're thinking about adding some AV. Also with this agreement, we're also looking to increase the buy on for advertising for some digital billboards. We do have a chamber member who helps us with that and lets us advertise some things periodically, but looking to see if we can maybe get some more folks into town and to enjoy it. And really this is a music event, and we're not interested in muddying it up. We don't want to add anything else, so it'll just be music, and that's what we're pushing for. Hopefully we'll get a couple of maybe national acts. That's what some of the extra money would go towards if we're able to do it. If not, obviously I know that this is an up to agreement. If we don't spend it, then we won't invoice you. So pretty basic.
Okay. Any questions for Jelly? Seeing none, we have on this item we have a recommendation from the marketing committee to support. And there is a suggested resolution.
Motion?
Motion by Director Leclerc, second by Director Keith. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Good to go.
Thanks, you guys. Thank you. We will see you July, I think it's maybe 11th.
I'm going to see you at Christmas time. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah. Well, in the summer, I'll see you. Oh, and then before that at WROK Live. So I'll be seeing you a lot this summer. Thanks, you guys.
Okay, next item is the Hanukkah menorah lighting sponsorship. Daniel, you want to lead us through this maybe? Were you at the meeting?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Similar to prior years, the Oak Jewish Center came for a sponsorship request for their annual menorah lighting, scheduled this year for December 10th. As in years past, the request was open-ended and determined by the committee for the recommendation to be for costs associated with the menorah, city permits, and then security. In speaking with the Royal Oak Police Department, they are also brought into the fold as it relates to the security aspect and ensuring safety at the event, which is why there's an increase in that security line year over year from last year. Previously, the board has supported $5,400 in 2020 and 2021, $2,800 in 2022, and the committee offered a recommendation of $3,800 for this year. A suggested resolution has been put into the memo for the board's consideration.
Questions for Daniel? Seeing none? Okay. So in this, in the motion, we would need the motion, part of the motion to include the dollar amount if we choose to go with the recommendation of the market committee. That would have to be made part of the motion here to fill in the blank.
So a motion to approve for $3,800, the requested amount.
I'll second that.
Motion by Director Leclave, second by Director London. Any questions?
Actually, Daniel, did he say, is it going to be a Lego menorah again? Did he say that? I don't remember. We didn't ask, I don't think.
I don't recall
It was
what the
last
menorah
year.
was made of this year.
Well, last year was Legos.
Yeah, I don't know that that was specified this year.
Theme song too.
No, it was cool, actually.
Oh, no, Lego theme song.
Is it made out of ice or is that a separate thing? Under entertainment, it says ice menorah.
Oh,
Yes, I would assume then that the menorah this year will be made out of ice,
Yeah, that's interesting.
based on the proposal.
That makes sense.
all right. We sidetracked, but go ahead.
Okay. Did I have a second on that?
Yes, me.
I'm sorry, Director London seconded it. Any other questions? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion passes. Okay, item number 7. Taco Fest sponsorship agreement. Daniel, you want to go over the
Absolutely.
memo here?
As in the 2022 event, John Whitson Associates is proposing to bring Taco Fest to the east side of Main Street with an increase ask to $85,000 for 2 years. As you can see, it's split between $40,000 for city services and $45,000 for specific activities and items included at the festival. The event, rather than being 5 days this year, is proposed to be 4 days, with the dates for this year being July 4th through the 7th, and the dates for 2025 proposed at July 3rd and July 6th as the start and the end. One contingent aspect that the organizer included in this agreement is the ability of the DDA to cancel this agreement should the City Commission not make actions on parking rates as it relates to the event that weekend. Specifically setting the parking rates lower at the Center Street deck to $5, $10 for the 11-mile deck, and then the Lafayette decks to be left unchanged, with the deadlines being February 1st with the DDA's ability to cancel by March 15th.
Okay. Any questions?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Director Keith.
I'll second it.
We both second?
No.
He seconded first.
Second by Director Vaness. Okay, discussion.
Mr. Chairman, the stipulation of, it does not elaborate, the parking amount that's charged does not reimburse any of his expenses. Why that has to be included here is, if you want to include it as a way of canceling the event, but to have the promoter dictate what the city's expenses are and the parking rate, I don't understand that. I don't agree with that stipulation. So,
Okay.
I just want to make that known.
Yeah, so just for your knowledge, Director Brake, I was the one that brought this forward.
Okay.
And I worked with Mr. Witz on this.
Okay.
I had concern about it for the people on the east side of Main Street, away from the festival, particularly the employees that work on that side of there. And I originally was under the impression that the parking fee at that time was $20, but I was corrected very quickly and told that for this event it is $10.
Right.
I also went on to lobby, I guess for lack of a better term, for those employees and those business owners on that side of the street, that it either be left alone at its current rate or at most put at a $5 maximum for this specific event. In working with Mr. Witz, he had made contact with some of the commission members and came back to me and assured me that that this should not be a problem. I did not specifically request that this be in this document, but when the document came forth, and I believe it was supplied by Mr. Witz,
Correct.
this was included in the document. I did not know that that was going to be in there. I was confident that we'd be able to work through this.
Yeah.
I guess that's my best explanation for
Okay.
why you are seeing it in front of you. I don't believe that this is a specific item that would curtail the event in any way, shape, or form. And this was just my effort to try and help some of the business owners and particularly the employees on that side
Okay.
away from the festival. So I guess that's my best explanation
Okay,
for you.
Fair enough.
Okay, so anything else? Did anybody? No, okay. So there is a recommendation from the committee and a suggested resolution. And we have a motion and a second on the table. If there's nothing else, I will call for the vote. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? And that motion passes. Okay, our last item is wayfinding sign update.
Yes. At the October meeting of the Infrastructure Committee, I brought forward a proposal to update the wayfinding kiosks that were installed around downtown in 2018. Those are those triangle signs where the top is triangular and they feature a map sign and what used to be an event sign on each side. The event sign under my predecessor, Mr. Kammer, became tedious to update as events moved dates, were canceled, new events popped up that needed to be added. So as opposed to updating them in that fashion, instead the map will get updated with current infrastructure. So where the parking decks currently sit, as the current map lists things such as surface parking lots, where Centennial Commons is, and old City Hall locations, things of that sort. So updating that with a resurface, and then the event panel being updated to be more narrative-based with QR codes that lead you to our community calendar on the website, as well as information related to the social district, as they all fall within the social district boundaries and would prevent over-signing of the downtown. Within this proposal, it has been quoted through Rocket Printing. There's been an update to the pricing as far as what aspect we take. So there's 3 avenues for the board to consider. We will resurface all 52 sign plates that go on the 13 kiosk signs around downtown. There's a reflective option, which would cost $3,287, where we'd resurface all 52 and get them put back up. There's a non-reflective option that is $1,639. And then there's the wholesale fabrication of new signs for $1,637. This was brought to the board in this fashion as a means to let the board decide on these funds, not only because the expense breaches the $3,000 threshold that the executive director can make decisions on for the reflective signs, but also determining whether we fabricate all new signs or just resurface existing signs. My recommendation would be to choose a non-reflective resurface at the $1,639, but we'll defer that to the board in deciding how to allocate funds.
Okay. Questions?
Well, I'd like to make a
Director
motion.
Johnson.
I think I'd like to make a motion on this that we approve an expenditure up to $5,000 on this. And I like Dan's position on the signs and how we'd like to proceed with those. So that's my motion.
I'll second that.
Motion by Director Dunstan,
And if I can,
second by Director Leclerc.
yeah,
Go
I just
ahead.
want to up to 5,000 in case if for some reason, oh, we can't get this, now it's going to be another $600, so it doesn't have to come back here again. So.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? And the motion passes.
What was the second on that one?
Director Leclerc.
Got you, Daniel.
Item number 9 is siren communication reports. You can look at those at your leisure. Is there anything else anybody on the board would like to bring to the table tonight? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
It's moved by Director Brake,
Second.
second by Director Leclerc. Discussion?
Shortest meeting ever.
Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes, and we are adjourned.
425.